Hello everyone, I am Gandare, Dominion Archivist, whatever. This game is back from 2012. It's the 4-players Liga Dominion tournament on the Europe West server. It's 4PL 2012-25, the 45th week of 2012 was when this happened. It is commentated by Recycled Goods. This is being recaptured from a media player on my computer, because trying to encode it, I've had encoding errors with whatever. I think it's the Speaks codex that's given me issues with it. So, sorry about the recording quality being a little weird. When this video gets to like the end of its segment and I have to open the next one, there's going to be a jump cut in the, I think in the champ select screen. I don't think it actually hits gameplay. So the gameplay should be completely uncut. But yeah, bringing you a game in the past from 2012, while as at the time of this recording, of this audio you're hearing now, it is 2017, August 27th. But let's watch this game from back in time, from the 45th Sunday, or the Monday after the 45th Sunday in 2012. Commentated by Recycled Goods. 4-players Liga tournament on Europe West server, League of Legends Dominion.
Alright folks, we do have the last sub, so hopefully we should be heading into the game soon. We do have 3 players of Giant Gaming on the left in Godzilla 5, and we do have Sakea, who did win with Giant Gaming, and also has Triumphant Rise. So that's 9 out of 10 players of this game do have Triumphant Rise skin, I feel. I'm sure that's right there. And I'd love to found a team with a Heathen, but no. No, I'm sorry. I lied. I'm quite content with casting tournaments at the minute. And this will be the round of 4 game between Godzilla 5 and Real Terror. This is the 4PL Dominion tournament, week 45. Any questions at all, feel free to ask me in the Twitch chat, and I will do my best to answer. Oh, Petty Carry is Malphite+Jax. Master G Noobman is Noobman163. And besides that, oh, Sakea was RMK. There's not really many other names short of that. Noobman's pretty obvious with his rename. We still know it's Noobman. Any questions at all, feel free to ask me in the Twitch chat, and I will answer to the best of my knowledge whilst we wait for it to start. Oh, we do have a message here. Heathen trying to get some airtime. Oh no, stream lagged out. Oh, I'm sorry, Heathen. I'm sorry. And it seems that we are ready. Let's just wait. And we shall be heading into the Picks and Ban Phase tournament draft style, meaning that there is pause available and a couple of other things. And we do have first pick and first ban going to Godzilla 5 here. Let's see what will be the first bans. And get a bit of get a couple of details on it. I will get the summoner blockers up as well. Got to remember that before the summoners actually come up this time. Oh, got to move that back into place. There we are. Everything is now in place and we're ready to go. Indeed, the 4PL Dominion tournament was Monday for quite some time, but they moved it to Sunday as it was more convenient for more people. But with yesterday server issues occurring, it has been postponed till today, making the best, if not the best, of situations. Oh, first pick, ban the Kassadin there. And we do have a Mordekaiser target ban coming out at Chronicle X here. He is known for playing a lot of Mordekaiser. You'd think they'd want to counter pick him, but instead they feel like, screw that, we're just going to target ban him and make life hell for poor little Chronicle. Kassadin ban. Kassadin is very, very mobile. High burst, high mobility, high tankiness with the right kind of build. Not something you want to leave open. We do have a Yorick ban coming out as well. Very strong bot laner, very few weak matchups. Can push very hard, outscales a lot of bot lanes, and can put tower pressure on all game. Oh, Nix. Damn it. We won't be seeing a Teemo ban as we don't see many Teemo players, and I doubt we'll be seeing a Teemo bot. Okay, Ezreal has been banned. High mobility caster with lots of poke. Malphite+Jax is known for playing quite a lot of Ezreal. Fluff also does play Ezreal, although I think both play Corki as well. And usually Kassadin and Jayce would be left for the opposing team to ban. Poppy has been picked as the final ban. That's a target ban against Scrubx there. Known for a very good Corki play. And Jayce has been banned. Very, very strong scaling. AD, carry, nuke, bruiser, assassin, mobile, tank, walking platform, fortress of killing teams, Mr. Jayce there. With 130% damage on each hit, with a 300% attack speed boost on his W, with an infinity edge, that crit scaling is very, very strong. And Teemo can stop bot getting ganked through Mushroom in there, even when he's top, in fairness, and he doesn't win many bot lane matchups, so you wouldn't really want to see Teemo bot. Diana does look set to be the first pick here, could be top, could be bot, strong in both roles, lots of damage. Gap closer, as we've seen in the Thai Boys game, just generally a very, very strong pick. Got a slow, got mobility, got the shields, quite tanky, can get away with building tanky from high base damage, and a passive does a lot of damage as well on the auto attacks. Very strong pick in general. And it looks like that will be the Diana locked in here. I'm feeling we'll probably see Corki picked up by Basta 1, or someone before Basta 1, for Basta 1. Lulu is still open, Wukong is taken there. AoE ultimate provides a lot of utility, can close gaps quite well, and does have an armor pen on his Q. Very useful. And let's see what Cillian is going to pick up. He could go for a Lulu, he could go for a Corki, I guess, and would be my expectations thus far. Cillian is known for playing a lot of Lulu. Very, very annoying support, high mobility, pretty high damage, lots and lots of utility. Although Corki is a standard stand-in for Ezreal. Good carry on the whole. Lots of poke, lots of damage. So I am expecting it to be one of those two picked, either Lulu or Corki as the first pick here. Oh, Kha'Zix! Now, we don't see much of Kha'Zix at all over on EU, but I know NA do like him. High mobility, high burst even with a tanky build, and quite a lot of sustained damage, especially on an isolated target. We'll have to see how that goes. And now we're on to Petty Carry and Fluff. See what they're picking at the minute. They may pick up the Corki. We do kind of expect to see a carry. Chronicle, I believe. I want to see what crazy bot lane pick you can do. I think he was still here for a rework, by the way, though, Disc. And we are still waiting. They are delaying the picks at the minute. Perhaps they're not sure, or perhaps they want to hold out the caster and make sure he's not got much to say for a moment. It's clearly all out to get the caster. Although that probably isn't the case. Alright, farewell, Nix. It was good to see you in the chat. Hope you had fun whilst you were here. Have fun at work. Bloody work. Oh. And we do seem to have Jax picked up here. Could be bot lane, could be top lane. And we do have Petty Carry pulling out Malphite there. Very strong against auto attack based champions, including Wukong and pretty much every carry. Very good gap closer, good initiation on the whole, quite high damage for a tank, and that ultimate travels so fast with the knock on. Jax, very, very strong scaling into late game and difficult to stop once he starts snowballing. There are a few bot lanes that counter Jax rather well, so that'll be quite interesting to see what they pick in case he is bot lane or if he does go top. And I don't think we're going to get a Cho'Gath here, but we could. He does have true damage, but you don't really get to keep the feast stacks up very often. Mordekaiser has been banned, Heathen. My apologies, but you won't get to see Corki+Nunu on Mordekaiser this tournament. We do have the Lulu picked up for Cillian here. Very strong support here. Very tanky, high mobility, high CC, and high disruption. And we do have an Ahri coming out from Scrubx there, locked in. Another high mobility mage, as you do seem to find a lot of the most viable Dominion picks are quite mobile champions overall. She can charm someone in, forcing a team fight on their own terms there. She could also be played bot lane. Chronicle is known for playing Ahri as well, so it could be denying him of his Mordekaiser and his Ahri, which isn't nice for poor Chronicle. And he even pretty much summed up Lulu in that wall of text there. Not the big wall of text, but a wall of text. Sakea is known for playing Nunu, although it could be a Nunu bot as well. Nunu is a strong bot laner, slowly withers down the opposition. Also has good synchronicity between himself and Diana and Jax, increasing their attack speed and movement speed, allowing them to stick to the target and get a lot of damage down. triggering both of their passives far more often. Very, very strong pick, denying them of their peel and meaning they can apply a lot of damage, which would mean an AP carry, a strong scaling bruiser, a very strong support, and Malphite top lane as a tank. And we do see Corki picked up here. I'm kind of curious as to what will go bottle top. Nunu also works very well with Corki as well as Jax, and Diana synchronises well with their entire team here. And I myself do think that Kea will probably play Nunu as well. Kea does play a very good Nunu. That was the Nunu we won the tournament with, actually. Good old Kea Nunu. And I don't think they're going to get Tryndamere out of Anastara. It's quite good to see Anastara in the tournament again. I think he's had issues that have stopped him being able to play in tournaments recently. Usually a bot laner, was the bot laner for Scrubs, the side, which have now amalgamated into Real Terror. This team comp is 3 men Scrubs, 2 men Real Terror at the minute. Scrubs did, well, disappear, and now it's... Oh, Tryndamere clearly counts as Nunu, but, you know, bruiser that's very kiteable and auto-attack based against someone who cares not. We do see a Riven coming up from Anasara. Riven vs Jax is a very interesting matchup, depending on how hard Riven pushes the lane early on. If the creep wave is in Jax's favour, he can win and outscale the opposition, being Riven. But if Riven does get the early advantage through pushing the creep wave harder and forcing Jax to fight her on her own terms, then Jax is in quite a bit of trouble. We do see Noobman on Jax, and we have seen Noobman play Jax bot lane in other tournaments with Godzilla 5 before. Alright, not much else to say for now. I will have music as an interlude, and we will be back when the game starts. See you shortly. Alright folks, we are back. This is the this is the 4PL Dominion tournament, week 45. Definitely not Dominate Dominion, still stuck on what I cast 2 days ago. 4PL tournament, week 45. This is the round of 4 games, semi-finals, between Godzilla 5 and Real Terror. Godzilla 5 is mostly comprised of old Giant Gaming members, and Real Terror this week is mostly comprised of old Scrubs members. So neither side has their own full team, and Mordekaiser was a target ban against Chronicle there. Probably mostly just annoy Chronicle more than take out an overpowered pick. So I'd definitely not say Mordekaiser was overpowered by any stretch of the imagination, but Chronicle would probably disagree with me there. But I'm not such a big fan of Mordekaiser. I am happy to see this team come. And on Godzilla 5, we do have Master G Noobman on Jax, who was also Noobman 163. Petty Carry on Corki, who was also Malisa Pompe. Fluffed on Diana, not had a name change. So Kea on Malphite, that's RM Kea, and Chronicle X on Nunu. Does look like it will be Nunu, but it does sync very well with the top laners, however, so perhaps they could do a trade-in later. But Riven vs Jax isn't a nice lane, so it's probably in their interest to keep that lane out of the picture. You don't want Riven outscaling Jax. It's a sketchy matchup. It can go in either one's favour. It's not a predictable matchup. And on Real Terror, we do have Cillian on Lulu, Inceptions on Wukong, Scrubx on Ahri, Bastard 1 on Kha'Zix, and Anasara on Riven, who I will expect to be going bot lane. We do have a very early chalice coming out from Cillian there, making sure he's got the mana, and I guess if he was expecting a Nunu top, it would prevent the magic damage coming out there, or reduce quite a bit of the damage. First time Nunu ever. Not something you really want to hear in a tournament setting, but we'll have to see how this goes for him. And build-wise, we have a double door and shield coming out from Malphite there. He does scale quite well with the armour, gets extra armour from his W as well, but has just put the 2 points in Ground Slam and 1 into Seismic Shard early on. You usually either go for, Ruby Crystals or Door and Shield on a tank early on, and the Ruby Crystals grant more resistances, but do delay building into your later items in doing that. And yeah, Riven vs Nunu bot. This should be an interesting lane to see, but we're going to have to put the main attention onto top lane. And Cillian just speeding himself up there, getting a Glitter Lance, but it does miss both targets, so neither is slowed, and that's a bit of mana used by Cillian on Lulu there. You can see the isolated target thing there on Kha'Zix. For any target that would be isolated for extra Q damage. Petty Carry does eat a lot of poke from Scrubx there, a Q and a W combo there. Inception is coming straight in around the back, does try and go in on the full team, but Takeo will be taken out first. Inceptions wasn't under too much focus, but is taken out soon afterwards. Now there is Petty Carry at the back, getting a bit poked down. Bastard 1 taken low by Master G Noobman on Jax and Fluffed on Diana. Cillian is out of the picture now, but he is going for the Health Relic just to get a bit of a poke advantage and stay in the fight a bit longer. Does get a Glitter Lance on 2 targets. Jax does jump in on Scrubx, lands the stun, but it's taken very low. Isn't quite finished off, but Lulu does finish off the kill on Jax, and Fluffed is picked up soon afterwards. Petty Carry Valkyrie and out, trying not to die, and Sakea just delaying the cap, going to get a seismic shard off and try and run off. He is delaying the cap even further. Being that tanky, he can stay around for quite some time. Does actually get a little... Oh no, the Glitter Lance hit Petty Carry, meaning he was taken out by Inceptions there. Jax is jumping back in as well, trying to delay the cap even further. Bot lane, we will see that Nunu is being pushed down by Riven early on. Very early game isn't the strongest point. May want to focus onto that creep wave a bit more, Chronicle. Does get a lot to sustain from his consume, however, and Diana is just trying to get a bit of poke and vision onto top lane, but not much is happening there. We do see a gank probably coming bot lane, and the rest of Godzilla 5 are mobilising around the speed, trying to decide what they want to do, whilst Jax goes to farm the lane and pick up a bit more farm, getting him into late game stage quicker. And a promoted Blood Bowl creep is very strong. The bans were Mordekaiser, Kassadin, Jayce, and I can't remember the rest off the top of my head. Sorry, folks. I'm sure the viewers can answer the rest of that for you, Alex. Is your game finished already? Okay, we do have Sakea. Does land a seismic shard onto Riven there, helping with the chase, but Chronicle does start to go for the creep, and Riven's high mobility with her abilities does mean she gets out of there. Lulu is on the way top instead of bot. Feels bot's fine, and they are going to abandon the gang. And now we do see more mobilising around the speed shrine, but Master Newman will recall on the speed shrine. That does mean if he shots fast enough, he will still hold speed shrine speed bonus on leaving the base. Can be a useful move if you don't feel they are going to be aggressive onto your speed shrine. We do see a big gank coming bot hit. Oh no, Diana and Corki do back off. As there is a big push, going down on mid turret from Real Terror here at the minute. Master Newman and Fluffed are just there to hold the lane and get the farm out, although they do miss a big creep. That's 60 gold there. Do pick up one of the creeps and don't get the farm out of it. Jax does get a stun off, but Cillian's knock-up pushes the stun out of range. Petty Carry just getting a bit of extra poke in there on Corki. Inception does go back in on Corki, who is standing in melee range of the Wukong and does eat an Ahri+Q. Jax falls after quite a bit of focus there, down and jumps to Inception to try and get out of range, but Kha'Zix is there to follow up and kill off Sakea. Did spend a lot of time bot lane there to get the full cap. The full cap did happen, and Andastara has died and has used revive, but they did trade their mid for it. Mid is generally rather easy to retake, especially if the enemy is low, as they do have to recall, but Ahri will stay about to try and delay any further caps. Diana and Jax are back up though. We'll probably push the lane up a bit more and leave Sakea to the captain at the minute. Yeah, just getting the farm from the wave. 120 gold for a creep wave, but only 100 gold for a kill, unless there's an extra bounty on the head from being on a kill streak. Lulu is defending this turret at the minute, but does want to back out of there now that Lulu's arrived as well. Doesn't have the creeps to sustain from en route back, and he will have to consume in either, as he has capped their bot turret. And top is now objective, with Fluffed and Master G Noobman applying pressure onto the turret there, but Sakea goes for a big ultimate in on Inceptions. Battle one. Inceptions has used his clone already, meaning his stealth and his only chance of escape are out of there now. Kha'Zix has been jumped onto by Petty Carry there, but Petty Carry does swap focus to Battle 1, and Kha'Zix is taken out. The neutralise is achieved by Master Newban, and a good Glitter Lance combo there does prevent the cap fully after landing on 3 members of Godzilla 5. But they do take the objective there, taking 20 health off the opposition's Nexus. Oh, Sakea trying to recall in name there, will be poked so he can't recall. Riven is out pushing Chronicle at the minute, but Nunu can hold the lane quite well. We'll get the consume on the big creep off. Oh, we do see a ping going off onto the mid turret here, perhaps Real Terror intent to try and backdoor whilst Ahri keeps the pressure on top. Keep them surprised, I'm not sure what's occurring. And Lulu would be a clever pick here, as Cillian is known for playing a lot of Lulu, but with the Mordekaiser ban, the bans were a bit sparse. They didn't have enough to really ban all that much and leave strong picks open. We do see pressure on the turret here, 4 men against 2. The push is countered, but it looks like it should be a full cap. Fluff does eat a isolated Q there. Fluffy does jump back in on Bastard 1, getting quite a bit of damage down. Valkyrie does come out, meaning that Petty Carry does get out of range of Inception, but the exhaust goes down, and the Ahri and Wukong and Kha'Zix do finish the job. Kha'Zix does get a refresh on his jump if he has evolved it, and he has evolved wings first. Does function very similarly to Triss jump, and bot turret was neutralised, but it looks like Andastara is low health. May be taken out by Noobman here. Will he get the leap strike up in time? Leap strike, it does come up in time, meaning Andastara is taken out and doesn't have revive. My apologies, Volendum. I don't know what's going on with the stream. Hopefully the stream fixes itself soon. Alright, we do see a fight occurring at mid. We do see Storm Shield has been taken there by Kha'Zix. Cillian is low health on Lulu there. It's a 4-man against 3, but Fluff is around half health, so KO does get dropped considerably quickly there. Not the best of terms there. And the chase is now on with Skrillex back to help. Jax does jump in against 4 though, and he is split off from his team, taking a lot of damage. He is out of mana, and he is taken out. Well, looks set to be taken out. Kha'Zix doesn't get the jump over the wall, but does get a jump onto Jax, and does jump onto Fluff soon afterwards as well. Corki is under fire from Inceptions there. Does look set to be taken out, and Inceptions will get away. Trying to bait Corki in for the extra damage there. And Sakea doesn't look set to escape either under a Lulu and an Ahri chase. Not only does Lulu manage to grant a speed buff to people and a shield, she does grant AP, which is very useful for an AP carry. And Nunu is bot lane, holding against Riven at the minute, but Riven is getting aggressive. The snowball goes up, reducing the damage on Corki+. He isn't consuming the creep wave at the minute though, so he's not pushing particularly hard. I feel he should probably be focusing just the snowballs on a star and consuming as often as he can down here. He has went for a Chalice and a Catalyst build, meaning he has gone for quite a bit of sustain, but a Hextech Revolver will grant more sustain down. It has been seen by Inceptions there on Wukong. He does have a level advantage, and he realises there's someone missing, and you don't want to be face-checking there. And all revive is pretty much a requirement on Dominion Killer Spree. The revive, speed boost, and extra health make a world of difference in a Dominion team fight. It does take a fight from a 4v3 after someone's died back into a 4v4. You effectively get eight people alive top, with 4 revives used in a big top fight, and we do see Petty Carry going in for a bit of an offense there against Cillian, dropping in quite low, but Master G Noobman is also quite low, and tower diving against the more farm team probably isn't in their interest at the minute, so Malphite has went for a Storm Shield Cat, splitting his team off. Real Terror do notice that Malphite split from the team, and do go in for a fight there. Fluff did try to sacrifice himself there, so the rest of the team didn't die, but Fluff followed in. Noobman and Fluff were taken out, and then Petty Carry afterwards. I feel like Master G Noobman and Petty Carry should disengage and just left Fluff to do the dying there. Malphite is going for a back cap, should get the neutralised, but it looks like a full cap will come off on their own mid in exchange for this. He does try and get to Lulu, but even with all those shields, he just can't close the gap. She's too kitey. And we do see Nunu going back bot lane again. Jax, Diana, and Corki trying to push the lane up at the minute, and there is no one around to defend the turret, so they can just recap and go for top at the minute. Fluff is going for top, but no one else is with him. They should probably... There we go, Corki has Valkyrie and is on his way as well to go for the top cap at the minute. Nunu is holding bot okay, although it is being pressured down, so another 2 creep waves and that turret will be gone. He's going to want to get the counter push on harder. He's in quite a bit of trouble. He's gone for a Rod of Ages build there, more health and a bit of AP, but not got the sustain or the tankiness of other builds. Sakea does try and zone out the team there, whilst Petty Carry gets the full cap off. Inceptions has gone in for an engage down on Corki. Doesn't manage to stop the cap, however, and takes more damage in return. Skrillex does get a W off. Malphite does manage to walk into Cillian and Skrillex there. And we do see a full engage here. Sakea is being focused and taken out very quick. He does just have an Aegis and the double Doran shield there for his defensive stats. Jax gets the stun off. Inceptions is very low health, but does have the Storm Shield for the extra damage, which just expired now. That's the one quite late. It wasn't the Storm Shield, it was Lulu. My apologies, and they are cleaned up whilst 4 members of Real Terror are low health at the minute. Fluffed is trying to go for a back. No, he isn't going for a back cap, but he can't really go for an engage either. He has noticed that one person has recalled, and he is going to come in and try and clean up Bastard 1. He does land the Q on the Bastard 1. And Glitterlance misses, so he will follow it up, does get the ult up, and a double ult does take out Bastard 1, granting a 371 gold bounty. Indeed, I don't think the Rod of Ages was the best purchase, but yeah, as he said, it is his first time Nunu, so I don't know if it's the best of bets to have a first time ago bot. I do think Care on Nunu top probably would have came in quite handy, but we'll have to see how this goes. The Glitterlance does land on Jax, postponing the cap a little bit. Petty Carry is there to help recap it though as well, and this is top. Top is objective now when no one's there. That was a very unlucky objective twist against Real Terror's favour there, but random objectives are that. That's one slight flaw with Dominion at the minute, is the objectives are random in where they occur, and the timing's not very nice either. Diana is checking that bush with a Q, doesn't want to face kit. Has rushed the DFG after the nerf, which does mean she is lacking CDR and tankiness. I feel after nerf, the DFG is less valuable. Inceptions with the Storm Shield there, does go in for a hard engage. Fluff is taken very low, doesn't have any real defensive stats at the minute. Master G Noobman does land a stun on Inceptions, but he gets his ult off, knocking up Sakea and Noobman, and Noobman is very low health at the minute. This is a 3v4 with the objective onto Godzilla 5, but they just don't have the damage to follow it up. Oh, Ahri is there now, trying to get the cap, but does land the extra damage on Sakea, and Fluff jumps back into the fight, getting taken out. Sakea is knocked up and does look set to be taken out. Petty Carry does Valkyrie away before taking the damage from that. What's the orb called? The Orb of Deception. I did know that one. Jax does revive and is back about, just waiting to defend that turret. Corki+Nunu is slowly losing this turret. Probably shouldn't have went for that health relic there. I mean, he does get a bit of time for a free cap, and the turret is neutralised. This means that there's 3.5 turrets in favour. Oh, don't use your ultimate when it's using a Q combo. Will be knocked up and doesn't get a full ultimate off there. Will be does get the consume up for an extra little bit of health, but Riven is getting as much damage off as possible before using her ultimate here. Does use the Corki+Nunu, will be taken out there, meaning this is going to be a 4 cap. Fluff is separated from his team there, but Malphite and Kassadin do jump in. Bastard 1 does try and go around the back to get onto Fluff, who is now an isolated target, and the extra Q damage does take it out. He does jump around the back to go onto Nudeman next. Deception's around half health, but the tree damage and the extra magic damage on Jax is enough to take him out. So Kha'Zix is left alone now. Glitter Lance does land, so they could follow up with a charm here, but no, just goes out of range. Kha'Zix is very tanky on that Ahri. Rush to Royalise for the extra kiting ability, and going for an Abyssal Scepter for the spell pen damage. Tries to be a utility Ahri here, I feel. He is able to recap his point alone, it seems, as Riven hasn't saved to defend it. And we do see Malphite trying to push the lane top. Garrison would have came in more handy than Promote in a couple of situations here. I mean, after his turret's been pushed down a little bit, he can bring it back up to full health and use the turret to clear the creep wave. But he made the decision, and now it's going. Free that. Oh, we do see Leap there, not anymore. And Deception does get an ultimate off onto Kassadin, Nudeman and Fluff, taken down a very low. Diana is knocked up by the Lulu ult there and taken out by the Ahri ultimate. Bastard 1 does come in around there, trying to focus down Kha'Zix on Malphite. Kha'Zix is taken out, and now it's a 4v1. Petty Carry doesn't manage to clean up Cillian or Inceptions, meaning a 4 for non-trade. And Riven is winning bot lane as well, snowballing the advantage further. Has used her ultimate, going further aggressive exhaust, so he can't get away, and will clean up with that wind slash. This game isn't looking too great for Godzilla 5 at the moment. They have had 2 objectives, and neither has helped them turn the game. And if you can't think with an objective, you are in a bit of trouble. Fluff doesn't manage to stop the cap. These creeps will fully complete the cap. DFG has went out, doing very little damage to Anna, who does have a Hex Drinker there. And the shield. 120 magic resist, 123 armor. Low base health, but a lot of damage from Riven. Lots of damage. We do see a big push coming out onto mid here. Kassadin is low health on Jax, so they don't really want to engage. And so Kha'Zix is following, but vision is granted by Lulu. Oh, we do see a Malphite ult, but the team is split off. Bastard 1 does go in on Petty Carry, and a single combo takes him down to half health. Nunu does get a full ultimate channel off here, almost. Doing quite a bit of damage, but not enough to clean up the fight. Kassadin, Nudeman, and so Kha'Zix were focusing Bastard 1, but Bastard 1 has split off from the team, looking like Deception does get taken out. But now Kha'Zix is around the back, going back into the front of the fight again. Lulu does get an ult off the lane, top further. Bastard 1 does jump in, does get the Q off onto Jax. No, Glitter Lance cleaned up the Jax. Fluffed, and Corki+Nunu are jumping deeper onto Bastard 1, however, and with Bloodboard passive they do get that ult. But Inception is now back. Does have the revive health bonus up as well. And with his ultimate gets a lot of damage onto Ahri. Does look set, Ahri is taken out. Nunu is now being chased by a Royalised Ahri. There's not much escape in there, and that is GG. Round of 4 game has gone to real terror. And we need to know who won in the other game between, I think it was Bugs in My Head versus Thai Boys as the other game, and that will be the finals. We may have adverts or something here, I'm not sure. I will put music on in the meantime as well. And see you all shortly. I'll be back properly when the next lobby is up and the game is ready to start. See you all shortly. Hope you had fun.